Welcome back to the Minecraft series. This is going to be video 4, I believe. As of recording, the third part of the series has just been uploaded about, I don't know, a couple hours ago. Um, I've gotten a little bit of feedback already, and a couple of people have well, at least one person commented, um, I should maybe look at Terraria, so I will think about that in the future, but we're going to continue with this series at least for one more video. Um, I do want to give a small update as I'm going to be posting another video on this. It's going to be a short, um, but I am going to be going on a road trip in the next couple of days to go visit family for Thanksgiving. And as such, I am going to try and pre-record a couple of videos ahead of time so I can guarantee I'm still producing content for you guys in the meantime. Oh, I need to eat food. Wow. I had not realized I was this low on hunger last time. Okay. Um, but I'm gonna do my best to make sure that I can I can pump out a video for each day that I'm not necessarily recording. I already have some shorts pre-recorded for Stupid Fun History. I have some I have an update video like I mentioned, and then I also have well, I'm working on this. So if you guys have any suggestions of something really short and sweet I can work on, I've contemplated doing a montage like of my trip, but I'm going to be driving for most of it, so I don't think it's going to be really doable. Did Oh my God. Okay, so I didn't even know that a group. Oh, that must have happened as the world loaded. Like, there's no way I didn't notice a creeper the last time I recorded. There's no way. Okay, I'm gonna have to. I can't believe it had to have been when the world loaded in. That's crazy. That can happen, right? I mean, as soon as you look, like if your computer's slow enough, if there's a creeper that's right behind you, it can happen. I mean, right? I'm not crazy, right? Hopefully. Um, that's still so crazy that that happened. Wow. Um, I, I'm sorry. I'm a little in shock about that. Wow. I put all that effort into expanding it a little bit. Actually, I'm gonna keep it expanded partly, but God, I remember seeing so much controversy about the creeper, because Jeb mentioned that using if they were to make the creeper nowadays, they probably like well, if the creeper hadn't existed until like the concept existed until recently, Mojang probably wouldn't have incorporated it into modern Minecraft, which I understand makes sense. They're not going to get rid of it, obviously. They can't. It's the creeper. It might like it's the Minecraft logo, besides the grass block. It's one of the two most iconic aspects about Minecraft. And so I'm not ever worried about them getting rid of it. But I was found it so funny that some people were up in arms about the fact that they wouldn't create the creeper. Nowadays, it makes perfect sense to me. But I love the creeper. Do not get me wrong. I love the creeper. It's wonderful. But I just found that so funny that there was this huge like anger, and then Uh, I feel like Notch responded at some point. I can't remember. I didn't pay enough attention to the controversy. It might still be going on. I don't know. I I find this really funny about myself. I'm attempting to become a social media influencer of sorts, and I hardly use social media. Like I keep up on the news and stuff, like basics, um, like world news, what's going on in the U.S., where and other places like Canada and stuff. Um, but other than that, I'm not really like into like pop culture chaos or like, oh, this celebrity did this and this and this. Like, if it turns out a celebrity like did something pretty bad, I'll know about that. But like, if it's like beef between like, I don't even know if this is happening, but like as an example, if there was like beef between Ariana Grande and Selena Gomez, I would have no clue, absolutely no clue, because I don't really pay attention to that kind of stuff in well in anything. Um, Speaking of Ariana Grande, I have recently come across that there are like reviews for Wicked for Good, um, Wicked Part 2, and apparently they're just mediocre. So I don't know if I'm gonna see it because the first one was very fun to watch as someone who loves the play, but I don't know. I didn't I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. It was not a bad movie by any means, but I'm also not like the biggest Wicked fan. I like it for sure. I'm a theater kid. I like Wicked, but I wouldn't call myself like a diehard fan of Wicked. Okay, I'm gonna lower my running distance because I can tell this is getting choppy, and I don't want the footage to be overly like terrible for you guys. Hopefully 12 should do it because I don't want it so low I can't see anything, but I also don't want it so high that it messes up the footage. Because my goal is to deliver a good product to you guys that I also can simultaneously be proud of. And I mean, I'm I know in like a year and a half, 2 years or whatever, if I ever get to like 500 subscribers by then, and I'll look back on my content and I'll be cringing and everything. But I know you always have to start somewhere. And as of right now, I'm proud that I simply started because that's kind of the biggest thing. Like I remember contemplating doing YouTube for years and years and years. And as I know everybody says this, but all it does actually take is starting. That's all you need to do is just start. And once you do that, you'll figure out a routine. I figured out a little bit of a rhythm, um, and you can just go with the flow. As an update to I mentioned this, I believe, in part three or part two or part three. I can't remember. I need to go back and watch them if I want to stay up to date on what I even said. Um, but I what was I gonna say? Yeah. I do plan on building a house, and if I do stick with this world, um, which I hope I do because I like the idea of just branching off from here, unintended. Um, that I'll start working building a house. I need to check to see if uh the response to the Patreon post. Um, for those who are just watching on part four, highly recommend you check out my first parts. I think part one starts with the channel welcomer, um, like the welcome to the channel video. I wanted to just try something out, and it kind of spun off into its own whole series. But yeah, I posted a Patreon for my $5 subscribers. Um, see if anyone was interested. Uh, and I create basically did a very brief house build, like house host video thing. I I I built two buildings, and they were two different designs. One's larger than the other, and I wanted them to kind of pick between option A and option B. So probably in part five, I'll start working on that house. I'm just going to collect the materials for it, because both require the same like materials, just it's a different amount. So they're both primarily spruce and oak with a little bit of birch. So I need to start collect. I mean, honestly, I really need to start collecting more birch, but because that's going to be like the primary floor. Because I personally I love the design of using for to like replicate hardwood floors. I love using stripped birch logs. Oh gosh, I I really need to slow down when I talk, otherwise it's just gonna keep blending and blowing. But that is the plan for next video. I will likely record that within the next couple of days. I'm gonna have to take a break because I'm doing that trip, but I don't want to take too long of a break where I forget what I was doing, and then I have to go back and listen to myself talk in a video. That's also the other fun thing is when you have a like to me the way my voice sounds recorded does not sound to me what it's like when I talk. Like I know it's like a very common thing, but most people hear their voices as like deeper or like more I don't know, I guess rich would be the right term. That's not the case for me. The way when I hear myself talk, my voice is a lot higher than it actually is, and it's a lot less. I guess the right term would be nice sounding. I don't know. I when I hear my voice, it's a lot deeper, and I like how it sounds over it. And trying to like picture that, I think that helps because I know a lot of YouTubers don't like their voice like have a hard time editing. I mean, I don't put a whole lot of effort into editing because I like doing one takes and it's a lot easier. Saves me a lot of time since I'm dealing with school. But I don't know. I'm kind of grateful for that fact that I don't think I sound like I do when I'm recorded in a way that bugs me. Like I like how I sound recorded comparatively to how I sound when I hear it. I don't know. It's something weird, something interesting about me. I was gonna say something too, and I'm spacing it. Leave off in that direction to whatever. Wait, I can actually check with F3. Um, so I'm facing which way? Facing north. So northwest, I believe, if I remember correctly, is where there's more stuff. Oh, I'm gonna get a boat because this is annoying. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have more stuff over here. I swear this is the island. Right? Well, I mean, I only have run just 12 chunks, so it's not going to be exactly. Yes, okay, yeah. So it is northwest that I have the um other stuff. In the last video, that's where I found the mutton and the other stuff too. Um, that may have also been where I lost my footage. I don't remember honestly. I was very sad when I lost my footage. I funnily enough, I read a comment on that video saying that that title was a little clickbaity because I mentioned lost footage. Um, I kind of get where that person's coming from, but simultaneously, it is lost footage that I bring up in the video, so I don't know. I also know that with the algorithm and YouTube and everything, you need to kind of do semi-clickbaity titles, otherwise you're just gonna get lost and no one's ever gonna find your stuff. Like, um, literally, I was looking at Minecraft videos and trending, and the first one that came up was found footage Minecraft ARG. And then the second one was beating Minecraft, but every block I break, I grow like 10 times bigger or something like that. So I need to find a way to compete with those without making my stuff clickbaity because I'm just doing like a regular Minecraft playthrough. I'm not doing anything particularly special. I'm more inspired by people like Flow State, who doesn't do one cuts. He does editing and everything, but he likes to do like important segments. Like if I recommend going and watching his, I think it's 117 days in Minecraft caves. I really love that video. It's really enjoyable to watch, and he's got really good commentary throughout it. He talks about the thing. One of the things I love about Flow State is he talks about life in general, and I don't want to rip off his style, but I do want to recognize it in the fact that it's nice to kind of just have these sit down moments and know that you're not the only one experiencing something, um, which kind of relates to like story time and stuff. So hearing him talk about certain things like when he wanted to quit his job and become a full-time YouTuber and him managing his Flow State SMP, um, I felt very, very noticed at times when he was talking. And that's something I kind of hope I can do for some people at least. I mean, I can think of a few people that I know personally that are theater kids or people that like Halo or people that have an interest in doing YouTube and Twitch and stuff. And I hope I can be kind of an inspiration or someone they can at least talk to about certain things in that way where I mean, I'm not an expert by any means, but I've started this. I know how to continuously produce content and do some certain things that are necessary when it comes to content creation. And so if they ever want to get into it, maybe I can be that person they can talk to about that. But oh, something was literally just in my brain, and I was going to talk about it too, and I was going to go on this tangent. Um, it's probably better, honestly, because I can't think of it right now. But I have some reason. So yeah, I have plenty of cobblestone for the build. Um, spruce is good. So I'm planning on using oak wood as a frame, birch as a floor, spruce as a wall. So I need a little more spruce, little more oak, not much more. In fact, I'm probably do a little bit of deforestation. I don't necessarily need this tree here or the other tree because I also want to make sure that the island is relatively safe. Like I eventually plan on lighting this whole place up and making because it's not very big, so mobs won't spawn. I won't get harassed by skeletons. Creepers won't hit me as soon as the world loads in. That God, that's still funny to me. I can't believe that actually happened. Um, yeah, I'll probably get rid of this one too. So the forest line's gonna decline a little bit, but you know, as a someone who lives in a capitalistic society, deforestation, you know, more profits. But I love nature. I where I'm from, we got massive trees. They're really beautiful and they're not very common in other locations of the world. But make this beautiful colored wood. Love it. Um, I love nature, honestly. I remember I was talking to a family member about a field trip I had where I went to a fish hatchery when I was much younger, back in like second grade, something like that, somewhere between second and fourth grade. And I remember just seeing the fish shoot upstream like their lives depended on it, which I mean they did, if you know anything about fish biology, salmon biology specifically. But I don't know, there was something really beautiful about it, and then and then I remember getting splashed a little bit by the water, because some jerk in my class was not being aware and kind of fell in the water. But you know, second to fourth, I mean, even at our oldest, we would have been what, fourth grade's like 9, somewhere around there. We've been around like 9 years old, something like that. So, I mean, it kind of makes sense. But I mean, this kid did something really stupid. So that's not to say I haven't done my own fair share of stupid things in school, but that can be talked about in a future video. Nah, I love being around nature. In fact, as I'm recording, I'm looking out my window. There is a squirrel in the front yard of the space I'm living at, and it is just bouncing around. It's got a really cute little chestnut colored tail. And oh, actually, there are now two squirrels, and they are looking for something. I assume they're, I assume they're related because they have the same in coloring on their tail. However, their body, one's like a solid gray, the other is like a brownish gray, and they're doing something. I don't know. They're kind of hidden behind my monitor, but they're really cute. Oh my God! I also remember my aunt told me a story about a girl she saw who was being attacked by a squirrel, and she went up to this like the girl who was being attacked purposefully wanted the squirrel to mess around with her hair, and like these are like I'm not like from like a huge city or anything. Um, this was like a big city, like larger generalized city, someone from there, and they just go up to the squirrel and they try and put it in their hair, and then it starts attacking them. I don't know why someone would think that's a good idea, but you know, they may have never heard of a rabies shot or anything like that. I'm always amazed by some people, and I don't know, people are interesting. Also, I think they updated the crafting recipe for leads. So my plan is I'm gonna probably make another boat, and then I'm going to go collect some farm animals in the next video. How much string do I have? I swear I have more. I thought I had more string. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna go try and collect some cows, or well, I mean preferably cows. I need to get leather for an enchanting table at some point. But I need to get string. So either I need to find a cave or I need to find something like that. Um, but we'll see. So that'll happen likely next video. I'm gonna wrap things up here and see how things go. See if you guys want me to. I mean, I plan on continuing this soon. But if you guys have any ideas or suggestions of what I should do, where I should go, what I should build, let me know in the comments. As always, if you like these videos, please like and subscribe. And as always, thank you for watching.